Welcome to Affiliate Buzz, the longest-running program on affiliate marketing. James and Arlene Martell are here to inspire, inform, and motivate you with expert insight, interviews, and information that will increase your bottom line. Advance your affiliate marketing efforts every week on Affiliate Buzz. Now, please welcome James and Arlene.
Hi, it's James Martell here, and yes, welcome to edition number 472 of the Affiliate Buzz, where we've been keeping affiliates inspired, informed, and motivated to succeed with affiliate programs since way back in 2003. If you're joining us live here today on Cranberry Radio, it's great to have you with us. If you're joining us through a podcast on your smartphone, tablet, computer, or Wi-Fi radio, a very special welcome to you as well. Arlene is away and no guest today, so I guess it's just you and I. And I'd like to talk about how Cindy Small, a SmarterLocal partner of ours, went literally from zero to $19,000 in sales with a 46-cent postcard. Now, to kick off the conversation, what I'd like to do is play for you an excerpt from the doctor saying yes to a proposal that Cindy and I put together for them to attract new patients to his practice.
What you're proposing is exactly what I would have been looking for, because both of us know that we need to do things, but the problem is we haven't had the team to do what's necessary. I haven't had it in the office.
Yeah.
And then going out trying to find the team and then being able to forward them. And because you're heading it, it's like, let's say it's like a brain and a body.
Thank you.
You got to have the brain working, but then you need the body to carry out what the brain's trying to do. And then it all has to come back to the brain for feedback, and then it goes back out again, and it keeps improving back and forth. In about a 30-day period, we need to come up with $3,500 roughly, $2,500 to get started, so $5,000 to get started, and $2,000 within the month.
Yes.
And then ongoing, there's a budget where we pay you roughly, let's say somewhere around $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. That all sounds reasonable and feasible. And I don't have a problem with committing to it and paying for it.
Okay.
Of course. I got the big picture. I know what we're up to, and I'm good with it.
Okay, wonderful. Well, very nice to meet you, Janice. Thank you, Dr. Brown. Appreciate it a lot.
Okay. And we look forward to working with you long term.
As do we. And I'll say that for Arlene and Cindy and I and our team as well. It's going to be great. Look forward to it. So that was the doctor giving us the go-ahead to develop two $3,500 websites, not one but two, with a 12-month commitment to an ongoing promotional program totaling $12,000 for the first year, and quite possibly spilling into year 2, 3, 4, and ongoing. But even for just the first year alone, that's $3,500 times 2, plus $12,000 for the ongoing promotional program at $1,000 a month, for a total combined sale of $19,000. Now, for new listeners, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, earlier in the year, we launched a new program called SmarterLocal, and it's a program that we've designed that allows us to go out and market to local business owners who are looking to attract new customers and new clients to their business. And the interesting thing about the affiliate marketing space and what we've learned over the last nearly 2 decades coming up is that regardless if we're building on an affiliate program or we're working as affiliates, developing sales for ourselves and for our merchants, or we're working locally for a client who needs to bring in new customers into their establishment, or maybe looking to generate leads. Basically, the same rules apply. In fact, they're actually easier. It's obviously way easier to optimize a website for a local business rather than for a national or international business, just because it's the competition is so much less. And one of the things I found is small businesses are obviously plentiful. You probably get tons of them around where you live, just like we do. And they are in desperate need of help to build up their online presence, bring in more customers, more clients, and in the case of the doctor you just listened to, more patients into his office. So what was happening there is I was meeting with the doctor in my online conference room with Cindy, who is a SmarterLocal partner, who is basically shadowing me, just in the very much the same way as a waitress would or a server would have a new server follow them around the restaurant, learning how to deal with clients. So in this particular case, Cindy was with me in the online conference room to observe as I did the presentation and closed the sale on her behalf, which is something we have been doing for all new SmarterLocal partners. So the sale itself, as you heard, was $19,000. And the great thing about digitally based services, especially when you combine it with outsourcing overseas, there's a tremendous amount of profit to be made. So the sale was $19,000, but the actual hard cost to develop the website and to fulfill the promotional program is about $6,000. And that happens to leave $13,000. And if you were a SmarterLocal partner, that would be on your side of the ledger. So you can see there's some money to be made here when dealing and working with local business owners who really need some help. As you heard from the doctor there, they really need some help getting their online presence sorted out. And if you would have heard the entire conversation, he talked further about how busy he is. He talked further about he just doesn't have time. And he also got into more detail on why he needed it, why he needs to really plant himself in the online space. And we're talking about a doctor that's been in business for nearly 30 years. So because the sale came out to $19,000 and because it cost $6,000 to fulfill it, leaving $13,000, one of the things I'm able to do is guarantee to our SmarterLocal partners that I'll work with them until they do their first $10,000 in sales. And what I do is I work side by side with them, just like I'm doing with Cindy, until we close $10,000 in sales. And it's really truly a win-win. Now, before we just a little sidebar here, and before we talk about what in this particular case Cindy will be doing for the $13,000, let's talk about what she's not doing. And let me point out that if you maybe are considering or the possibility of offering locally based services to businesses in your community or afar, one of the things you wouldn't have to be doing with our SmarterLocal program is doing any of the actual tasks online. Now, in the case of the doctor, we're talking about developing 2 websites. We're talking about building out a social media strategy, getting his email list in order, and basically managing that over the period of a year. But one of the things that I don't want the SmarterLocal partners to do, and something that I personally don't do in my own business and haven't for years, is actually do the work itself. We have Upwork and the ability to outsource to low-cost professionals who are eager to take care of the work for us. And I think that's really important because one of the things that I learned reading a book quite a while ago now, we're talking probably 20 years ago, called The Entrepreneurial Myth, or the E-Myth. It's written by Michael Gerber. And if you have never read it, I would highly encourage you to grab a copy of it. And it's called The E-Myth, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. And the interesting thing that he points out in there is, and the reason businesses don't work is because, and he calls it an entrepreneurial seizure. He talks about the mechanic who's working on a car one day, and he looks over at his boss and says, "Man, if this guy can do it, I should start my own. I should start my own shop." So he gets into the reasons why a mechanic should not start a car maintenance business, or a baker shouldn't start a bakery, or an electrician shouldn't start an electrical business. And he gets into the details of the technical work of being an electrician or a baker or a mechanic. And he points out quite obviously, once you think about it, that being a baker or being a mechanic or being an electrician has nothing to do with running an actual business. Because a business person can obviously start a car maintenance business and hire mechanics, or a business person can start a bakery and hire bakers, or a business person can start an electrical business and hire electricians. And what that does is it keeps the business owner in the place where they need to be running the business versus actually doing the technical work of being the electrician or being the baker or being the mechanic. So again, if you've never read The E-Myth, I'd highly recommend it. The author, again, is Michael Gerber, and I've probably bought the book 30 times and given it away. It's just that good of a book. It's actually one of the best-selling business books of all time. So in the case of the SmarterLocal Partners, I actually prefer that they don't know how to set up a WordPress theme, or to do the writing, or organize the email loyalty program, or set up the social media, or create the custom branded graphics, or set up the reporting and analytics, because quite frankly, it's not really worth, if you were a SmarterLocal partner, it's not worth your time, because we can hire low-cost professionals overseas to do this on behalf of our clients, and we can do it for $5-10 an hour. And if you're living in North America, $5-10 an hour doesn't get us very far. But if you're outsourcing overseas, you can hire some great people for that. So now, and again, if you're a longtime listener at all, you probably already know that I'm an absolutely huge fan of outsourcing, and I teach courses and I write on the subject. And one of the components of the SmarterLocal program is I teach partners how to become a master outsourcer. And I've distilled my experience from successfully outsourcing well over 1,600 projects now through Elance and Upwork, and personally working with over 500 freelancers. And what I do is I walk you through step by step along the way to becoming 100% proficient in hiring talented freelancers. I give and walk you through all the pre-written job descriptions and work orders needed to hire the freelance talent to complete the work for your clients. So that really makes it easy to do, because when it's time for you to hire a WordPress tech or a writer or a graphic designer or whoever you need to do the work to complete the task for your clients, you simply just grab a corresponding fill-in-the-blank job description and complete it, and then upload it into Upwork. And then, of course, the freelance talent comes in and bids on your project, and then you can go through. And if you haven't done that, you can follow the guidelines that I've used over the years to hire them. And then next thing you know, you surrounded yourself with a team of virtual techs and graphic designers and writers and anyone you need to succeed to fulfill what you've done for your client there. And then, of course, also we to further support the partners, what we do is we have a weekly live online training class every Tuesday night. We've been doing them for quite a few months now. There's our private Facebook group where we answer questions. And then we've got our partner portal where we include for you additional courses, training materials, all the marketing collateral, business cards, direct mail postcards, all of the things you need to promote your services within the marketplace. I also teach you how to manage your business using Basecamp. And again, longtime listeners know I'm also a huge fan of Basecamp. Between Upwork, which is the freelance talent, and Basecamp, which is an online project management system, it really makes, you take those two components and you put them together, and what we've got is a really powerful way to run and manage a business. And then what you do is you combine that with a virtual team of freelancers, and you bring the freelancers from Upwork into Basecamp, and you manage them in there, and you don't have any stress, you don't waste any time, and you'll find that if you're not a Basecamper now, by the time you get through working with us, you will be, I promise you, a massive fan of Basecamp. Because also, in addition to just using their powerful tool, I also provide you the custom Basecamp templates that I've created myself so that you can easily fulfill the services. So when you have a client that says, hey, I need a website, you can literally go template, name it, the name of the client, hit set up, and boom, all the to-dos, 150 odd to-dos, discussions, everything you need to manage that easily with your virtual team automatically is set up, and then you just go about assigning the work to your team. So it's really quite something the way all of this is kind of fallen in place. So now I can see we are up against the quick break. When I return, I want to talk about the doctor again and how the doctor actually found Cindy with the SmarterLocal program and how leads are generated. We'll do that and more right after the break.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Are you looking for the best in WordPress speed, security, and scalability? WP Engine is a digital experience platform for WordPress, powering digital experiences for large brands around the world. With easy-to-use site management tools and powerful do-it-your-way development features, WP Engine gives you the flexibility to build it your way. Improve your SEO and conversion rates with a faster site on WP Engine. Learn more on WPEngine.com.
Is your website hacked? Is your website displaying error messages or loading slowly? Even if there are no signs of malicious activity, your site may still be compromised. Websites, like cars, require regular maintenance to perform at their best and not leave you stranded. At Fjorge, our website maintenance experts can help you assess which one of our maintenance plans will best support your needs. Visit fjorgedigital.com or call 612-877-3840 and get the support and protection your website and business deserve. That's FJORGE digital.com.
Do you look at the task of ranking your site at the top of the search engines like you would climbing the top of Mount Everest? It doesn't have to be. TopSEOs.com knows how hard that climb can be, and they can make top ranking a reality. Top SEOs sends you to only the right search vendors and agencies that they know will work for you. Since 2002, TopSEOs.com has reviewed and researched the best search engine marketing agencies and solutions providers. Don't risk the cost of falling off the proverbial peak of search rankings. Let Top SEOs give you peace of mind. TopSEOs.com, the independent authority on search vendors.
Cranberry Radio, online anytime at cranberry.fm.
Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz. Here's James and Arlene.
Yes, it's James Martell here. Arlene is away today. However, it's just you and I today. And we're talking about how Cindy Small actually went from $0 to $19,000 in sales with a 46-cent postcard. I want to talk about that. We're going to get into how the lead was generated to generate that sale. Now, so far we've talked about, just a little recap, we talked about how Cindy Small, our SmarterLocal partner, was able to do a $19,000 sale for 2 websites and a 12-month promotion program. We calculated the total cost to fulfill the work at $6,000, leaving an impressive $13,000 remaining. We talked about outsourcing the tasks required to low-cost freelancers to complete the work if this happened to be your sale for you. We talked about why it's not worth your time to do the actual work yourself, the rationale behind it with I'm talking about Michael Gerber and the entrepreneurial myth, and when you can hire low-cost professionals to handle these tasks for you, why would you? And then we talked about Basecamp and using Basecamp, the online project management system, to literally manage all of your clients and your freelancers. Now, a little sidebar before we dig in a little deeper here. One of the things with the SmarterLocal program, and when you're dealing with local business owners, one of the common misconceptions that I get is that you will be marketing SmarterLocal services in your local community and you need to live there. And that's actually not true. I have my own successful SmarterLocal business, Arlene and I, and we have clients locally, definitely. However, we also have clients in Florida, in Colorado, in Calgary, in Ireland. Literally, they're all over the place. And I'm assisting those local business owners to attract more local consumers in their local market. But I can do that, and you can do that, quite frankly, from anywhere in the world, as long as you got a computer and a high-speed internet connection. And the doctor, never met him, wasn't face-to-face. We did everything on a phone call, one phone call, initial call, and then a little 45-minute presentation in my online conference room, which we simply use GoToMeeting. So you can literally manage this business from anywhere. So I typically talk maybe on Skype or on the online conference in the online conference room, and you can definitely do the same. So you don't need to meet clients face to face. And you heard with the doctor there how friendly he was. You heard how much he needed the service. He talked about working with us long term. And I've got clients that literally have worked with us for years and years and years and years. So you don't need to be in the local community. In fact, I've got a SmarterLocal partner who's actually volunteering in a refugee camp on Lesbos Island in Greece. He's a U.S. Guy, but he's literally volunteering in a refugee on Lesbos. So literally across the world. Then we've got another partner, Constantine. He lives in Cyprus, and both of these gentlemen are marketing into the U.S. So you don't need to live there. So if you want to live elsewhere, if you want to live in Maui and market into the mainland, that's not a problem. Wherever you want to be. Okay, so a little bit more about the SmarterLocal marketing services. One of the things that I have recognized dealing with local business owners is they really don't care about much other than two things, which is actually one thing if you think about it. They want to increase the revenues, and the way they do that is by attracting more local consumers to their business and keep them coming back. They don't care about SEO. A lot of them don't even know what those three letters mean. They don't care about WordPress. They don't really care. They don't even know what it is in most cases. They don't care about Facebook. They don't care about Twitter. They don't care about Instagram. They don't care about all of these things that in our space is important to us. What they care about is increasing revenues by attracting more local consumers, more local customers, more local patients, as in the case of the doctor, and to keep them coming back. And what we've done with the SmarterLocal services, there's literally only 5 of them that we recommend because they're proven to do exactly that. They're proven to bring more customers in. And when we're doing the presentations, we actually share real-life case studies from real SmarterLocal clients. So we're not talking theory to them. They actually can see the results. They can see the numbers. They can see how all of this fits together. Now, one of the other things with the SmarterLocal Partner Program, one thing that we are just starting to offer is what we call our Managed Lead Generation Program, where we take it upon ourselves here to generate the qualified leads for our SmarterLocal partners. And this is a brand new development. We're still working out the kinks on it. But the rationale is this. It's better to centralize the lead generation to professionals such as I got a great AdWords guy who works for me. I got a great Facebook ads gal that works for us. And these people know these platforms. They know how to generate leads. They know how to run ads. And with the partners, we don't all need to know how to do that. There's no point in doing that. So it just makes common sense to kind of centralize and take care of that. And so we leave the lead generation, whether it be the direct mail, postcard marketing, or Google AdWords, or Facebook ads, or one of the other things we have within the program is a SmarterLocal marketing podcast. And of course, I'm a longtime podcaster, so I kind of spearhead that. And these are all lead generation tools for the partners. And so if that sounds of interest to you, we can talk more about that if you decide to reach out to me to learn more. And I can see actually we got to do a quick break here, and then I want to come back and I want to talk about again, and we kind of alluded to it before the last break, kind of got off on a side tangent there, but we'll take a quick break, and then when we get back, we'll dig right into how those leads were generated and how the doctor actually found Cindy. We'll do that right after the break.
More affiliate buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Looking for a better way to get more traffic and interaction to your Facebook page? Imagine Facebook interactivity on your page like you've never seen. Introducing your new Facebook marketing fix, Social, the new and revolutionary way to easily manage and automate your Facebook contests and sweepstakes. Create a fun, easy-to-win contest by writing a simple Facebook post. Watch your post go more viral and generate loads of interaction. Track your traffic and generate email lists with ease. Social is mobile-friendly and complies with Facebook Terms of Service. Let Social give your Facebook page some flash today. Zoom over to zosocial.com.
How much are your best ideas worth? PriorThings.com gives you an added layer of protection for all of your intellectual property, ideas, and creative things. New business idea, pitch deck, PowerPoint presentation, song lyrics, source code, killer blog posts. We help you protect it all. How do we do it? We use the same technology platform that secures transactions for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Learn more at PriorThings.com. Check out exclusive listener pricing for Cranberry Radio listeners by going to bit.ly/foundercircle.
Synergize your search engine education from 101 to rockstar level. Only on Cranberry Radio. Cranberry.fm.
Time now to hear some more affiliate buzz. Here's James and Arlene.
Arlene is away today, so it's just you and I, and I'm talking about how Cindy went from $0 to $19,000 with one 46-cent postcard. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the doctor found Cindy. Obviously, I've been alluding to a postcard, and that's exactly how the doctor found Cindy. And as a part of the SmarterLocal program, what we include is a website, a marketing funnel, the training, the support, everything you need to develop a local agency business working with local business owners. But also part of that is the direct mail postcards. And we've had a total of 5 of those created. Simple little postcards. And I love postcard marketing because if you've never done it to a local market, businesses, generally speaking, compared to days gone by, do not receive much mail. However, if you ask them to open up their email, there's stuff to the brim like all of us. There's just too much email, too much spam, overwhelmed, delete. You're lucky if they even read it. And you can't just send an email to somebody that you don't know anyway, so that's spam. So a postcard, though, one thing for sure, it's going to get in the hands of somebody in that office, and many times it's the business owner. So they work great, and they're inexpensive. I'll talk a bit about pricing on that in a moment. But what happens here is the doctor found Cindy through the 46-cent postcard, which includes the printing, and that's color both sides, and the postage. And that postcard led him to her website to get the free opt-in offer, which happens to be a little book, which then triggered an email follow-up series. And I know we're all talking the same language here because it's the same thing we do in the online world. We just kind of moved a little bit of it offline with a postcard, which led the doctor to make the call to Cindy. And when the call came into Cindy, she phoned me. And honestly, because it was her very first sale, she's like, oh, kind of excited and jittery and not quite sure what to say. And what do I do now? And it's like, how about you just get him on the phone, book an appointment for us to get together, and I'll take care of the call for you. You can listen in and I'll show you how this works, which she did. And we did a 20-minute call and did a little chat with the doctor, figured out what they're wanting, what they're needing, what their goals were, and kind of penciled it all down. And I took care of that so she could participate and listen and learn. So we include postcards as part of the SmarterLocal program. And to keep it simple, the printing and mailing of these postcards is also managed by us. And just to give you an idea on the pricing, 500 postcards, full color, both sides, custom designed for you, and mailed, including postage, is $253 all in. So you can get into 500 businesses for $253. And of course, on a $19,000 sale, that doesn't sound like very much. 1,000 postcards, same thing, full color, both sides, custom designed, and mailed, so postage included, for 1,000 postcards mailed is $459. And that's all in. So postcard marketing is something I'm a huge fan of, and we've done it for years. In fact, one of the initial customers we got a very long time ago in the local market space was generated by a postcard. So we also have 3 additional cost-effective ways that we generate leads for you with the Managed Lead Program. Then that, again, I alluded to that earlier, Facebook ads, Google ads, and then of course our Smarter Local Marketing podcast, which is something I'm really excited about because I know the power of podcasting and I know how powerful it is to use a good podcast to attract clients and to get the word out about the products and services. In fact, that's what we're doing right now on a podcast, and it works. So we've got the Smarter Local Marketing podcast. And that podcast, what I do is I interview the Smarter Local Partners, and we talk about local business owners and the challenges that they have and the solutions that we all offer, and then that generates leads coming into them. So the great thing about offering premium digital services to local business owners, which we talk about on the podcast, and of course, this is what we're marketing through the Facebook ads and the Google ads and the postcards, is there's really high profit margins in digital services because there's really not a lot of hard costs that go into them. We're not buying an inventory of any kind and then reselling it. It's a digital product. So a good example of this is the $13,000 that's remaining after hard costs with the recent sale for Cindy. And of course, you can do a ton of advertising and buy a lot of postcards and hardly put a dent in the 13 grand. So I guess what we're going with this, if you happen to be a self-starter and you're confident in your abilities and you're coachable and you like helping others and have a vision to see that local business owners will embrace any marketer, and I can pretty much underline that, any marketer who can bring them new customers to get them more people coming through their door, to get their phone ringing using a sustainable method, meaning it has to make them money. If that sounds kind of like you, I encourage you to reach out to us and talk to me about the Smarter Local program. To me, it's a bit of a no-brainer as far as the market goes, because local businesses want to run their business. They want to run their operation without having to deal with advertising and marketing all the time. What they really want is they just want to take advantage of the internet without having to become an expert themselves. They want a website that sends them sales or leads and isn't an expense, but rather a profit center. They want to be able to hang up on every single telemarketer that gives them a call promising them SEO riches, and they would sure love to just dump their email inbox permanently, ignoring all the swindlers and anybody that's promising them really quick riches, only then to disappear after getting paid. So the market for these types of services, if anybody that can bring a local business owner new customers and clients, market's huge. So, and think about this for a second, if you would. If you were to ask, now really kind of think about this. If you had 10 local business owners in a room and you were to ask them if they were satisfied with the number of customers they're currently receiving from the internet, what do you think you would hear? And I can tell you, you would get a chuckle. Some of them would say, we get nothing. We have a website that does nothing for us. Or, yes, of course we want more customers. I don't know a single business on the planet really that couldn't use some more customers. So 10 local business owners, the high percentage of them would say, yes, we need something done. Whether they're going to hire you at that point or not, that's a different story, and we have ways to kind of move them into the sales process. But if there was 10 local business owners in front of you and you asked them all to put up their hand if they would like some more customers, I can pretty much guarantee you probably 9 or 10 of them would put their hand up. So if you're looking for a business that you can be proud of, that offers a tremendous opportunity to earn a great income, where you can work from the comfort of your home with very little overhead and all the benefits of all the usual tax benefits we get from working at home, being able to write off pretty high percentage of what we're working on, That includes everything you need to get going, where you're fully supported by my team and myself. I encourage you to and ask you to reach out to me, and I'll show you what we're doing. It's exciting. The market is ripe. Local business owners are finally at the point. I wouldn't have done this 5 years ago because local business owners, generally speaking, really still weren't paying attention to the internet. Now they're getting forced into it because of the competition, because so many people are online now. Radio isn't working for them. Newspaper ain't working for them. All the little gimmicky things like coupon books are basically fallen by the wayside. So it's time. Yellow Pages, what's the Yellow Pages? All that's gone. So what I would encourage you to do is reach out to us, and then if you decide to apply to the partner program and you're accepted, I guarantee that I'll work with you side by side, just like I'm doing with Cindy, to mentor you until we close $10,000 in sales for you. And once you're accepted into the partner program, what we need is 30 days to develop your website, create your custom marketing materials, and to get you set up. And on day 31, we can start generating leads and kick off your new Smarter Local business. So if that sounds of interest to you, I encourage you and invite you to give Arlene a call, my wife Arlene, at the office, or send her an email. And what she'll do is organize a time for us to meet so I can show you exactly what we're doing. We'll talk about how much it's going to cost you to get involved. I'll take you through the marketing materials. I'll show you the partner portal. I'll give you a little tour of Basecamp. I'll show you how we work in Upwork. And I'll give you some more case studies face-to-face in my online conference room and show you the kind of profit that's available to be made. The other thing is, this is not a heavy business. We're not talking about you spending a lot of time. You're not doing the work. We alluded to that earlier when we talked about Michael Gerber and the E-Myth. You will be managing the freelancers who will be doing the work. It's not going to be you. And I talked about it earlier, why I don't even want it to be you, because quite frankly, it's not worth your time to do the work when you can hire for somebody for $5, $10, $15 an hour to do these various tasks for you. And because they're offshore, they're making great money. But you're making the difference between what you're charging and what you're spending. So that's why the high profit margins. So again, if I piqued your interest, give Arlene a call at the office or send her an email, and she'll organize a time for us to meet to show you, so I can show you exactly what we're doing. The phone number is 604-542-0747. That's 604-542-0747. And the email is helpdesk@jamesmartell.com. So definitely, if this sounds of interest to you, reach out. I should also point out as well that I only have a few spots available because I do offer the $10,000 guarantee to work with you till you do $10,000 in sales. So time is a limitation here when it comes to working with Smarter Local Partners, so I can only bring on a few at a time. So again, the phone number is 604-542-0747. That's 604-542-0747. And again, the email address is helpdesk@jamesmartell.com. All right, so thanks so much for joining me today. I can see we are out of time. Keep in mind that if there's anything here that I mentioned today that you missed, that we do keep all the show notes for you, including links to everything we mentioned here today. And you can find the show notes for this particular episode at jamesmartell.com/AB for Affiliate Buzz, AB 472. And a final reminder that if you'd like to be alerted each week to new episodes, I invite you to subscribe to the Affiliate Buzz by sending a blank email to affiliate_buzz@aweber. So it's been great to hang out, and thank you again for joining me and listening to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz.
Opinions expressed are those of the hosts and their guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of Cranberry News Marketing and Cranberry.fm. Rebroadcasts or retransmission of this content without proper consent is prohibited.